Welcome to Mindfulness, Living the Buddha Way. Today we are discussing rethinking social media, breaking the cycle of comparison. The thief of joy. We've all done it, scrolling through social media, seeing someone's highlight reel and suddenly feeling like we're falling behind. But what if looking sideways is exactly what's slowing you down? Today we uncover the ancient solution to a modern problem. You know what's wild? Studies show we spend an average of 2.5 hours per day comparing ourselves to others on social media. That's basically 38 full days a year just making ourselves miserable.
That's such a staggering number when you put it that way, and the psychological impact must be enormous.
Well, here's what's really interesting. Research shows that these comparisons actually trigger the same brain regions as physical pain. So when we say social media hurts, it literally does. That connects perfectly with this Buddhist concept I've been studying called mudita. It's fascinating how ancient wisdom might hold the key to our modern social media anxiety.
Tell me more about that, because honestly, my relationship with social media has become like this weird form of self-torture. Every scroll feels like death by 1,000 paper cuts.
So mudita is essentially appreciative joy, the complete opposite of comparison-based thinking. Instead of viewing others' success as a threat, you train yourself to see it as inspiration.
That sounds great in theory, but how does that work when you're struggling? Like, when your college roommate is posting about their third investment property while you're eating store-brand cereal.
The Buddhist teaching uses this brilliant analogy that really brings it home. Think about a runner on a track. What happens when they constantly look at other lanes?
Well, that takes me back to my embarrassing track days. You slow down, or probably faceplant spectacularly. I actually did that once during regionals, was so focused on the guy next to me that I completely lost my stride.
That's exactly what we're doing on social media, constantly looking sideways instead of focusing on our own lane, our own race. You know what's really hitting me about this analogy? In track, everyone starts from different positions, right? Just like in life, we all have different starting lines, different advantages, different challenges.
And unlike a track meet, we're not even all running the same race. Some people are sprinting, others are doing marathons, and some are jumping hurdles.
Recent studies actually show that people who frequently compare themselves to others on social media are 3 times more likely to experience depression. It's like we're literally running ourselves into the ground.
That statistic really drives home why this Buddhist approach is so relevant today. But how do we actually put it into practice?
Well, I've been thinking about that. What if we treated comparison triggers like notification alerts? The moment we feel that twinge of envy, it becomes a reminder to redirect our focus back to our own lane.
That's such a practical way to implement this, and neuroscience backs this up. Every time we consciously redirect our thoughts, we're actually rewiring our neural pathways.
Speaking of science, there's this fascinating study that showed practicing appreciative joy for just 10 minutes a day led to significant improvements in life satisfaction over 8 weeks. It's like building an emotional muscle.
That really speaks to the power of small, consistent changes. How do you think someone could start this practice?
So here's what I'm thinking. Maybe we start with a 3-step process. First, catch the comparison trigger. Second, consciously wish that person well. Third, channel that energy into one small action toward our own goals.
And what's powerful about that approach is it's not denying our initial feelings. It's transforming them into fuel for growth.
Exactly, and get this. Research shows that people who focus on personal growth rather than social comparison are 40% more likely to achieve their goals. It's like that track analogy, eyes forward, running your own race.
That really brings it full circle. We're not just talking about feeling better. We're talking about performing better in our own lives. You know what's funny? I'm actually starting to feel differently about my store brand cereal now. Maybe being mindful with money is part of my race, even if it's not Instagram worthy.
That's the essence of mudita right there. Finding joy in your own path while celebrating others running theirs.
And maybe that's the real power here. Realizing that success isn't a finite resource. Someone else's win doesn't mean there's less available for us.
That's such a perfect way to wrap this up. Here's to running our own races at our own pace, with a lot more joy and a lot less scrolling. Thank you for spending these moments in mindfulness. If this reflection brought you a little calm, you can return whenever you need. Until next time, live gently,